the Function with Purpose podcast. All things health, wellness, fitness, and education with a physical therapy perspective. I am Dr. Amy Bullock, owner and founder of Fortress Physical Therapy. Fortress PT is here to serve the Charlotte metro area by highlighting the importance of how and why physical therapy should be a part of your health and wellness lifestyle. Here we go, episode 6 of the FPT Function with Purpose podcast. Dr. Amy here. How is everyone today? I'm pretty well myself. Currently right now, still in the middle and beginning of this pandemic. We all are. We're all in the same boat, but keep doing your part. Practice your 3 W's. Wait 6 feet, wear a mask, and wash your hands. All right. Digging deeper a little bit. Previously, I spoke about very briefly health savings account and flexible spending account. Now, in the description of this podcast, I'll give you some information and links to the differences of what they are. Now, I'm not sponsored by those links, although I did utilize the Dave Ramsey financial peace getting out of debt concepts. Oh, that works if you stick to it. I accomplished that last year in September 2020. Woohoo, yeah. Anywho, enough about that. Health savings account. What is it? What is incorporated in it? How can someone get or qualify for a health savings account? And know that both of these two options I'm going to talk about can be utilized for healthcare expenses, i.e. copays, prescription, physical therapy, etc. Okay, so healthcare or health savings account, HSA. Usually, in order to qualify for this, it's offered through high deductible healthcare plans. And you can put up, as far as I know right now, I got these numbers from 2020, as a solo individual or unmarried individual. You yourself put up to $3,550 per year in that account. Now, if you have a family, it's pretty much double. You can put $7,100 in per year to cap that out and utilize it for healthcare expenditures. HSA also can be utilized as an investment option, so similar to a 401k, and it builds tax-free, right? So over time, the HSA can eventually be a retirement type account. So it builds interest that is non-taxable. And a cool thing with HSA, so say, you didn't spend all of your amount, whether it's about $3,600 or $7,100 for the year for healthcare expenditures. Well, guess what? With an HSA account, whatever's left over for that year carries over to the following year. So say if you have $3,000 as an individual in that account and you only spent $550, well, guess what? You can put the next year, you carry over that $3,000, and then you can put again that allotted amount, $3,550. So in total, that would be $6,550 in that account. How cool is that? Super cool. That is an awesome benefit with an HSA. So those are primarily the main points for an HSA. Again, look in the comment section of this. I'm going to provide you guys some links to the differences between the two. Now, flip side, FSA, Flexible Spending Account. This is also a tax-free funded account. However, per year, you can only allot, no matter if I think, if you're a family of two or more people or a single member, unmarried, you can only put up to $2,650. This is as of 2020. Now, these numbers might change. Okay, an FSA is only offered through an employer. However, your employer determines the amount. So they can't give you more than the allotted amount that can go in there. So i.e. in this case, $2,650. They can give you less than that for the year. They can put $1,000 in there if they wanted to for any healthcare expenditures to utilize for that year. But the poo-poo thing about the FSA, unlike the HSA, whatever you don't use for that year, you lose it. Right? So that whatever's left over, say if your employer put in $1,000 and you only used $500 for health expenditures. Well, after the reset of the year, that $500 that was left over that you did not spend goes back to your employer. So it's essentially kind of like free money for health expenditures. But FSA can be utilized for physical therapy. And another cool thing too, it can be utilized for childcare expenditures as well. HSA, you can't do that. So employers typically offer FSA. They may not. It just depends on the employer that you work for, who you work for. HSA is usually offered through a high deductible healthcare plan. You know, every November you have to open enroll into a new plan or stay the same. But know that either option can be used for healthcare expenses, which is super cool. Super cool. Oh, and by the way, you can also, if you utilize HSA or FSA for your healthcare expenditures, you can also submit a claim for reimbursement to get that money back dumped into your HSA or FSA. Every plan or healthcare plan, meaning i.e. Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Humana, companies like that, Cigna, it depends. Sometimes you're able to reimburse and sometimes you're not. And the reimbursement range can range from, oh gosh, some of my patients have gotten 40% of reimbursement back all the way up to 100%. Now, that's when you have to kind of contact the insurance plan that you're on. I don't have anything to do with that because I don't have Humana, Cigna, or anything personally. I'm with a group that shares a need. It's kind of like that Christian faith-based type thing. But I went through the Dave Ramsey website through that. Again, I'm not sponsored by Dave Ramsey. That would be kind of cool though. So yeah, knowing that for healthcare expenditures, including physical therapy, acupuncture, chiropractic care, copays, prescription medication, those type of accounts can be utilized for payments of things like that, right? And another thing I always tell my patients, you know, you need your body to function optimally in order to perform your work duties. So anytime you spend something on healthcare or, you know, patients come and see me for physical therapy, I always tell them no matter what, keep their receipt of payment. So therefore, the upcoming tax season, you submit that to your CPA because it's a healthcare expenditure. You need your body in order to perform your job. Take a note on that. I do the same thing. Anytime I go to my physical therapist, dentist, optometrist, etc., I always keep my receipts and I have a little folder for those receipts in order to submit that for my taxes for that year. Well, I hope this helps. or at least sheds some light on some options in order to provide payment for health expenditures. And we all know cash is king, anyways. And you help out small businesses if you do that. All right. Take care, you guys. That's a wrap for today's episode, Function with Purpose podcast. For more information on this episode, check out the show notes within your podcast app. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, or drop your comments and questions below. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thanks for the listen. Pursuit, precision, purpose.